How far have I come? Well, wow, just this week alone. Look, I'm wearing makeup. School's back in session. I was only there 2 days this week, and I'm already thankful that I took tomorrow off. I'm so excited. I mean, today's Thursday. Yes, it's late. I think it's like already 9:15 or something. I had started recording this once, and then my son called me, and it stopped the video, and then totally broke my train of thought. So I was very grumpy at him. But we've been dealing with a lot of figuring out how to pay for his college. He moves in on Monday. So it's like I graduate Saturday, we drive home really quick, load him up Sunday, and then Monday we leave in the morning to drop him off for college, and then I get to do a happy dance on my way home, and then clean out his room. It needs it. But if your first few days of school with anything like my first 2 days of school, then you understand why I am in bed, and I have been lying here for about an hour now, trying to just decompress. I have not been home before 7:30 any night this week. It's just been a lot going on campus. Projectors not projecting, computers not computing, sound not playing, power cords not being pushed in all the way. Yeah. People, my sound doesn't work. Well, try twisting the knob to turn it on. Hey, just saying, it might work better when you turn the sound bar on to get sound out of it. Anyway, so I'm laying here in bed. If a cat comes walking up, I'm sorry. I'm just going to apologize right now. They've all come in for the night, and so they start rubbing and purring on me. Let's see, how far have I come in DLL? I will just say this. When I first started, I was nervous. Oh my goodness, that very first class, or before it even started, I was just like, what did I get myself into? Because I felt kind of bullied to start, because I talked to somebody and I was like, yeah, that sounds interesting. And I was like, you know what got me interested in this program? No thesis. When I saw that on the sign, I said, I'm interested. Tell me more. Because as a mathematically minded person, I am not one to want to write anything. And yet on my lit reviews, I did like amazing. We're talking like 100 on one and 99% on the other. I was like, did you really read it? I know that sounds bad, but I just have such low confidence in myself, which is interesting because when we first started this, we had that whole growth mindset lessons that were going on. Oh, sorry, see, there goes Tigger. Say hi, Tigger. So we had the whole growth mindset of, that was me. I was a fixed mindset when it came to writing. I was like, I can't write. And it all boils back to 9th grade English when an ex-college professor came down to high school and taught freshman gifted English. Gifted, yeah, those classes. I failed it. Very proud to say I failed it because I didn't like writing. I didn't like it, so therefore I thought I wasn't good at it. But apparently, with the literature review, there's a formula, and that spoke to my mathematic-minded heart. I was like, oh, a formula! I can follow a formula. And I guess I followed it pretty good. But from there, I was like, once that first class started, and they started talking about that whole COVA, I exhaled. I could do it any way I needed to do it. Whatever I needed to do to prove I could do it, I was able to do it. And it was amazing. And what's pretty interesting was like, I had no clue. I mean, I took studied mathematics with an education option, Virginia Tech, graduated in 99. So we're talking about 96, 97, 98. I had no clue anything about the behaviorist, cognitivist, constructivist. I didn't have to learn that stuff. Or if I did, I totally forgot it. And so I was like, oh, wow, there's names for all this. This is why I'm such a good teacher. Not because I know the names of it, but because this is the process I do. I do this constructivist. I mean, my kids are building, they're creating, they're hands-on all the time. They're formatting their new ideas. Sorry, the cat's going to meow now. She wants to go back out. She likes to go and hunt grasshoppers. And so it was really neat how I finally had a name And I was like, I could be intelligent when I talk about this stuff now. So that was pretty cool. I remember taking the Constructing Significant Learning Environments class. That was the first class that I had with Dr. H. It was right at first session of summer, last summer. And we had just finished our Know Your Impact conference. And we're talking, we put on a conference and it's 3 days long. And my department is responsible for the second day, which is like the technology day and pulling in all these vendors and having this big giant vendor fair. And I'll just tell you, it's 3 days of whirlwind for me. I mean, I don't even get to attend the sessions. I run a few sessions. Those are the ones I attend, the ones that I was running. So I ran a few sessions. I put out fires. I helped my friends run a couple of their sessions. And all I could really do was get them started, then go to the other one, check on them, make sure they were going okay. And so it was interesting to see some of the parallels from those. Sorry, that other cat wants to go out. Hush, Oreo. And so it was interesting to see the parallels of the significant learning environments they were talking about, the social aspect of learning. And here we are in this conference, and it was a whole bunch of teachers just getting together and doing a bunch of hands-on activities in all these different sessions. There was so much laughter, collaboration going on. There was a big communication between each group. I mean, it was just neat to see all of that and then have us study it. So I had a name for it again. I was like, this is so cool. It's just amazing how much I was learning as I was going, because I could see it happening in my district and the different schools and the classrooms. But the big challenge was creating the online course, which for mine wasn't completely online. It was supposed to be a blended one. Well, it was interesting to learn how to do it. I like that. Not sure how much I will use from it, but at least I can chalk it up to experience. Check that, add that to my new e-portfolio. I mean, it took me 3 different platforms before I finally settled on Wix. Like I tried one in EduBlogs. My cat's trying to open the door with her paw. I could reverse the camera and you'd see her reaching up, but I'm like, sweetheart, it's not a push door, it's pull. But she's trying. Squirrel. Yeah, sorry, I get very often. I know it's already 7 minutes, sorry. But shoot, what was I saying? I know we were talking about the online course I had in the e-portfolio, so I started EduBlogs. And that's a lot like WordPress, and it wasn't as user-friendly to me. I'm more of a visual drag and drop type person, so I was also using Google sites, but that wasn't robust enough for me. I wanted the blogging with the comments, and so that's when I switched to Wix. And so, let's see, Labor Day. So by the 5th class, I switched my whole platform from Google Sites onto Wix, and I've been there ever since. Now, get out. My personal learning network, or the professional learning network, professional/personal, I think of them as intertwining. That's grown immensely because I've gotten a chance to attend ISTE I was able to attend ISTE last summer, not this past one, but 2 summers ago when they were in Chicago. My boss was like, I don't want to go to Philly. I was like, I just want to go to ISTE. I don't care where it is. They go to see the cities. I go to see the sessions and the people and totally fangirl out. I love Matt Miller, Casey Bell, Alice Keeler. They're all my favorites. But I have just totally built that up immensely, and I've made more connections now through Ed Global Chat. Really wish I could have actually participated in that conference. There was an online one, and my brain was fried by that point. I just needed my summer to decompress. I didn't do hardly any schoolwork over summer while we were off, and so that's why I'm like last minute trying to cram to get all this stuff ready for the first day of school and finishing up the grad school. But I will say this, I am glad, very glad that I stuck with it. and I finish this. I really have come so far. I'm a lot more aware of my digital presence, that's for sure. I'm starting to promote myself a bit, not a whole lot, but just a little bit more, with referring my teachers to my Carter's Adventures website. And as I add more episodes to my podcast, I'll start guiding them towards that. I just might be one of those podcasts of the month that I put on my copier PDs. Speaking of which, I gotta make one of those. So, I don't know. I am just surprised today how far I've come. Proud of myself. But now, when that was my son trying to come in, ask for help, because we're still trying to figure out how to pay for his college. Yes, because he did not get a student loan offer until today. And that's after I made him drive up to the school and said, you're not coming home until you have a student loan offer, or you're not moving in Monday. Period. Get out. So he grew up real quick today. But he got his promissory note signed. Everything's taken care of. They finally offered him a student loans. And it's his student loans cover about, let's see, $22,000, $5,000 out of $22,000. Not even a fourth of it. So they're doing another loan application right now. So I gotta go help them. I'm gonna help them, and then I'm gonna come back and record part 2 on leadership. So keep waiting.